Hello everyone, and I hope that the video is working okay. So I'm going to take you through today a really quick presentation that just outlines everything that you get inside of the Level 1 Celebrity Hangouts on Air training program that I've created. It's all available to you at celebrityhangoutsonair.com. The most recent, you'll always find the most recent and most up-to-date offer at .com/join 2014, at least for this year, for the Level 1 training. And what's included, really, what you bring to the table for Celebrity Hangouts on Air, if you join the Level 1 training, the fundamental of it is that you get the 6-part video training, plus and that's instant access. It's not drip. You don't have to wait a week to get the next lesson. You have full access the minute that you buy. You also have, we've got a complete templates and swipe copy package that you can download and use and share and change and evolve. And you can even contribute if you do develop your own swipe copy that works really well, or templates or forms or anything that you find works really well and you wanted to contribute it to the community. I would certainly be willing to promote what your contribution is. So there's a lot included in it, but I try to keep it as simple as possible. Because this is really not a technical based course. The majority of your action, and as I mentioned, it's 5 to 10 hours a week, and that is for not only the course, but once you're done the course and you've launched your Hangout on Air show, you can plan for an average of 5 to 10 hours a week, especially if it's a weekly show, that you'll be putting into it. So I've designed the course so that you'll just continue with this amount of time in your business to continue producing the show. And it might be that you have staff come in and help you, or you have volunteers help you, so it augments or changes the amount of hours that you have to put in. But if you're doing it on your own and you are intending to invest no other money other than this course, you'll be able to do it no problem in 5 to 10 hours a week. And it's really up to you how much effort and time you put in. And putting in the time to the right things is also really important. But the bottom line is, what this is about changing your business. It's not necessarily about changing your business so that you become a Google Plus Hangouts on Air producer, but what you're looking to do is build authority and leverage your own awareness in the marketplace, so that instead of being a small fish in an average sized pond, or a small fish in a big pond, or even maybe a medium sized fish in a big pond, instead of really trying to compete for average and trying to compete to fit in and trying to compete with the masses of people, what you want to do is establish what it is that's really exceptional about you, that you know is really important. And through the course, I help you do that. I help you understand what it is that you have to offer in your Hangout on Air show to the entire marketplace where you operate your business. And the fundamentals, Celebrity Hangouts on Air is a program that I developed through my own experiences when I started my own Hangout on Air shows, Sparkle SOS, Book Authors and Publishers. In the fall of 2012, there was absolutely no training that I could find about Google Plus Hangouts on Air other than what Google Plus offers on their own blog and website. And certainly in the last year and a half, there have been many courses on how to use Google Plus, how to use Hangouts on Air. But there's still nothing in the marketplace that focuses on the planning approach. And this particular planning approach of creating celebrity Hangouts on Air. So it's a particular planning approach for Google Plus Hangouts on Air that has a specific result. And those results, and what we go through in the course, is how to attract celebrity guests, how to build unlimited audiences, and I know it might sound a little bit unbelievable, but it's actually true with Google Plus Hangouts on Air, how to generate sponsor revenue, and how to meet your business objectives every single time with every single Hangout that you launch, either for your own business or if you're going to do it for clients and for partners. So what we have in the course itself, in week 1, or part 1 of the video training, we go into the strategy planning of Google Plus Hangouts on Air. Where's the real value? Why would you even want to launch a Hangout on Air, and what can you use it for in your business? So Google Plus Hangouts on Air as a video chat creation tool are really powerful. There are unique benefits to using Hangouts on Air, so that if you already have another show as a podcast or as a Skype mastermind program or as something else, and you're looking for more Google SEO and more Google search engine AdWords efficiencies and effectiveness, what will happen is we go through that in week 1. In part 1, we establish the value of the show. And so it really is about the strategy planning for the show, so that you know what it is that you're creating on a long-term basis, so that you can really concretely sell and rationalize and explain to people what it is that you're working to create before you've ever even produced a single episode of the show. You really want to get clear on what the value is that you'll be offering to other people. And then the second part, the second week, we get straight into planning the first episode. So really diving into the details of the content and why certain content is effective and important in your Hangouts on Air. So we go into planning out the structure of your show and the format of your show, and even talking about who are the right guests to be considering, not only for the program, for the show overall, but for every single episode. And how do you pick the right celebrity guests? How do you pick the right influencer guests? How do you pick the right audience guests for every single episode that fits into the overall show strategy that we went through in part 1? Part 3 is all about inviting guests. A lot of people are insecure or unsure about how to get and invite celebrity guests onto your show, and it's not that hard, but you do want to be sure that you have the right tools and the right elements of your show already planned and already set, so that when you approach an influencer, when you approach a celebrity, when you approach someone who's really established in business with a brand new show, you want to be really, really sure that there's a good chance they're going to say yes. So you don't want to have to put in a lot of time really struggling to get people. And so making sure that you're inviting your guests in the right way and that you have your show set up so that they have a good experience with you. It's what allows you to establish really strong relationships with the influencers and celebrities who you're inviting onto your show. It allows week 3, inviting the guests. This is not about your Hangout on Air. This is about your whole business, because everything you do with your Hangout on Air is going to reflect your entire business. So how people see you doing your Hangout on Air is what they will assume and presume about your entire business. So if you have celebrities and influencers on your Hangout on Air, they're going to assume that you work with celebrities and influencers in your business. And when you have celebrities and influencers on your show, you want them to have a good experience on the show. You want them to, you want to be sure that your show is ready for the level of people who you're inviting. And so we'll go through that in week 3 and part 3. Week 4, part 4 is the last step, the last part of planning your Hangout on Air before you have the live recording event. And so it's really, really important that you address pre-show marketing. And then there's about a million things that you have to do at the last minute. Not just at the last minute, not like on the day of, but I'd say the week or yeah, 5 to 10 days leading up to your first hangout on air, especially your first big hangout on air with a celebrity or an influencer guest. There's a lot of new details that come up that you realize, that you start to recognize, that you couldn't have seen before, and you wouldn't have known until you had the other details planned. So we get into that in week 4, and we make sure that by the time you go into week 5 for the recording of your live hangout on air, that you've got all of the preparation done, so that on the day of your recording, this is what we focus on in step 5. In week 5, we're looking at everything that has to go on in that day, and everything that you might want to anticipate happening. and there's always things that will happen that are unanticipated or unplanned. But it's really about getting better with every single episode that you do, and embracing every single experience, getting as much value out of it. And in a lot of ways, you know, we struggle with perfectionism. It's about letting go of the results. You put in every ounce of effort and action that you can into planning, the results are going to be out of your hand at that point. The success is in your planning and taking action ahead of time. And then the success is again in taking action afterwards, because you only have a certain amount of control over what's going to happen during the live recording. All sorts of tech glitches and things and problems could happen. People complain about the video quality, the clarity of the video. It changes up and down from moment to moment on your Hangouts. It depends how many people you have on the screen. It depends how many people in your neighborhood are live streaming at the moment. It depends if it's a busy time of day for the internet in your neighborhood. All sorts of things impact that. As well, all of your guests from wherever they are in the world may or may not be able to connect to the internet at the moment of your live hangout on air. They might be having computer problems or whatnot, or there may be a big storm blowing through that's going to impact electricity and internet and all sorts of things. So you really have so much less control during week 5 than all of the preparation and all of for the rest of your life after you've recorded the live hangout on air. Now is where we use week 6, and part 6 is all about taking on the rest of the value, making sure that you repurpose the content and distribute it to different places in different formats, and really making sure that everything you can do to promote the content that you've created after you've created it. So it's not Hangouts on air. There is very little success on the internet at all in everything in the internet, in internet marketing and online marketing. If you just open up a business but then you never promote it, the likelihood of you having enough traffic in your store, in your business, is slim to none. If you just create Hangouts on air shows, but then you never drive viewers to them, the likelihood that you're going to get the return on your investment that you were looking for in the Hangout is slim to none. You're always going to have to drive audience in one way or another, buy audience, create audience, or drive audience to the content that you create. And your Google Plus Hangout on air show is no different. You can choose to invest your time and energy and money in driving audience and making them aware of your event ahead of time and driving them to the live recording event if you choose to do so. But you will never, ever, ever have a Hangout on air where the majority of people want to watch it live. It's just, it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't exist, because the moment that you create it, now you start building people watching in the replay. Right? Because the minute you're done recording, now people are watching the replay for the rest of the life that you keep that video up online. So week 6, it gets into all those details and a lot of brainstorming. And then, of course, we're going to finish up the summer. I do every season. We're going to be closing this level 1 training. It doesn't have any weekly trainings other than the video that exists. coming with the program. I want to make sure that you are launch and go. So I do include 2 consultations with me. You can have a consultation at the beginning when you first purchase into the level 1 training, and at any time in 90 days after your purchase. We also have the media junket, which comes up at the end of every season. So near the end of August, I haven't scheduled it yet. I'm going to wait to see how many people we have in the course. We might need to schedule a couple of days of media junket. And what the media junket is it's one hangout. It's a long hangout that I coordinate and schedule the entire thing to launch every single new Hangout on Air show that's within the course, that's within the program. So if you come in and you decide that you want to launch a new show about your business or for your business, which is what we're intending to do through the course, at the end of the summer, once you've done your first episode, you're also going to have the opportunity to come on and do a 15-minute presentation and talk about what your show is about. So we're going to be able to take that copy afterwards. It's not only in the media junket video. You'll always be able to access that that video clip and that video content and use it like a little commercial for your show. But the important thing is about the media junket is that I pre-arrange for media to be watching the show. After we record it, I also send the media junket out to my media contacts so that they get to see, after the live recording, everyone that was there. Now, you also have the opportunity to invite your whole audience to watch you on the media junket, to see everyone else and all of the other shows. And the truth of the matter is, the more the people are involved with Hangouts, the more they'll be involved with your Hangout. If you want people to get involved with your Hangout, you've got to sell them Hangouts on Air overall. And so the media junket serves to get people interested in Hangouts in general, because we're talking about a number of different shows. We're talking about all the new shows that are launching. And so I really want to get you exposure to potential sponsors, to potential syndicate network affiliates, and potential guests, as well as everyone that you invite. The audience that we collectively bring to the media junket will be exposed to your show. So you really want to make sure that when you get in, I'll be talking to everyone about what dates and times work best for them, so that we can schedule it so that it is optimized for you. But the reality is, like I said, the majority of people are going to watch it after the live recording event, so we just need to make sure that we get you in with everyone else at the end of August. So you've really got to stay with the sales plan, or with the Hangouts on Air plan, the level 1 course. And then included as well is some bonus. I do have a sales plan blueprint, so that if you're looking to create sponsorships and sponsor revenue and actually have financial support, have people paying for the support and production of your Hangout on Air, I'm going to provide you with all of the information that we use to create the media sales kit, how I go about creating integrated sponsorship packages, which are so much better than just advertising. When you focus on just selling advertising space to your sponsors, the reality is most of the time you're going to leave them very disappointed, and they're not going to want to reallocate budget to you for the next season. They're not going to want to sponsor more than one episode or more than one season. And what you really want with integrated sponsors is you want sponsors who are so involved with the success of the show and with the success of the content that they are contributing valuable content to the show and paying you for the ability to do so. And then also, of course, included in that is everything that I know about what is completely unique about Google Plus Hangouts on Air, and how it allows you to create an entire network of simulcast and syndication affiliates for your Hangout on Air show that you can actually create, and you can start to have a quantified audience, a quantified potential audience for your show of these network affiliates, that you can then take that volume of potential audience, if you have contracted those affiliate networks, you can take that audience and you can sell it in advance to the integrated sponsors, because ultimately what they're buying is the opportunity to speak to the audience. Until you have audience, sponsors don't really care much about your show. And then, of course, included in the level 1 training, we do have a bunch of bonus videos and example hangouts that you can look to. Not only do we have the official Google Plus Hangouts and those the videos that Google promotes themselves, like with Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and really famous people and really interesting things, but they're also generally, those are really high cost, high production cost type of hangouts, and you can get really high in your production investment, or you can go really low. Low investment. I generally tend to go with really low investment because I want you to see what you can do with no money at all. I want you to see how great it can be to get started with nothing. And you can do it. I know you can. And we've got everything in there for you. So I want you to know there is no risk at all. If you are intending to change your influence, if you're intending to change your reputation, if you're intending to change your career, maybe you're in between jobs, or you're looking to change the reputation that you have in your career that you've had for a really long time, over the summer, the level 1 training, this is the more relaxed version. I do have a, I also have, I wonder if I put the slide in. No, I didn't. Wait a second. Whoops. Not at all what I intended to do in this video for you, but I do, oh, crap. So sorry. It's the fun of doing PowerPoint slides on a Hangout video. So I want you to know that if you're thinking that this is something that you want to do over the summer, there won't be any risk. I'm going to make sure that you meet the objectives that you lay out for your business in your Hangout on Air show. If you're intending to meet any specific business objectives, you know, make sure that you take full advantage of the training that I have provided. Make sure that you use the swipe copy, that you test it even. You know, it might seem crazy to you that some of this would work, but advertising and media sales and just recruiting people to work with you on your Hangout on Air is a whole different beast than anything else that you've probably ever done before. So I want you to know that I'm going to take you by the hand step by step, and if you're not satisfied after 90 days, and this is a really small investment, but if you're not satisfied after 90 days, I will work with you individually to make sure that you achieve your specific Hangout business objectives. So I do want you to know, funny slide, this program is closing on July 3rd, so if you are interested, please go grab it, get it as soon as you can. There's always going to be more programs. There's always going to be improvements going into this course. Level 1 training, we did record it originally in November and December of 2013. I'm always adding updated videos and templates. Even last week we just released a bunch of new templates and a couple of infographics. So there's always new tools going into the Level 1 training. You get lifetime access when you purchase, of course, unless you decide that you're unsatisfied. And you know, let me know what the feedback is, because as the program changes, as Hangouts on Air change, I'm always improving this. So Level 1 is there. We do have a mastermind coming up as well, which if you're interested in the mastermind, if this is, you know, if maybe you're not a DIY kind of person, maybe you don't want to do it all on your own, what you can do is join the mastermind group, where I'm going to work with you individually in the group. We're going to go through both Level 1 and Level 2, which is the professional level training that I'm creating in July. we're going to go through that in the mastermind. So we go through the entire training, and I take you literally, personally by the hand, dealing with your issues every single week on a live call. You can send me all of your questions and problems and challenges, or surprise successes by email, and we'll be happy to include it in the level 2 recording. The mastermind is available privately for people who are joining and partaking and participating in it. So I really want you to check it out, and I hope to see you on the inside. Take care.